Hello there. Welcome to the Word Cafe podcast. This podcast has been designed with created content that centers on the power of words. Can we really do anything without speaking? Can we really do anything without the agency of words? Yes, that is what this podcast is all about. And I am your host, Amakri Isobe, your neighborhood word trader. I believe in the power of words, for it is the unit of creation. I trade in words to profit my world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good everything. How are you? Wherever you are at this particular moment on the surface of the earth, listening, I am super excited coming to you via this medium again. Yes, I'm good where I am. And it's super exciting for me. I always say it not because it's a cliche, but honestly, it is for me. You know, each time I come into this space and I just feel that burst of energy, knowing that you're there listening, gives me that deep satisfaction, honestly. So how are you? I'm fine where I am. Yes, privileged. I am privileged working the earth at this particular instant, experiencing, should I say, life, and also wielding it to my advantage. Yes, this is the safe space, you know what, where we come in to lean on one another's experience and forge a positive path. Yep. So I've been thinking for a while, you know, let me tell you how it works for me when I pick up a thought like a signal or something, process it and churn over it, and I dwell on it for a while, and I like, okay, is it worth sharing with my audience? Or I look for that individual, male, female, as the case may be, who fits this profile, and it's like, okay, let me bring them on the show and let's have this conversation. Or I just go ahead and share based on my experience. Now, it's not like I don't do one or two research here and there, but I always tell you, giving a textbook answer for me is not the best. You know, even if you have a textbook answer that you've gone out there and you have this experience, I think it goes a long way in expressing your thought. And that's how it works for me. So the other day I was just going through something. Yes. Today I want to talk about something we all have, in my opinion, in equal amount. But what we do with it speaks volume. I guess you're thinking it's time. No, it's not time. It's not time. It's not time now. The breath in our nostrils, the breath that we have in us. And today I want to say your breath is the validation you need. So something happened in 2020, you know, for me, 2017, 18, 19 was these years were years of learning. It's not as if I've stopped learning now, but things happened and a lot. So I had to go back to learn. And I did write my first book, A Cocktail of Words. I talk about it every time I have the opportunity to. I did write that book sometime within, I think I did that work in 2020. Yes, not I think, I know, 2020. You know, the COVID year and all of that, and the publishing took off. For those of you who have been following, it's been there. But I must tell you, something happened and I wrote it down. But before I tell you what I wrote down, the observation is this: everybody who walks the earth somehow seeks a form of validation. We all look for this validity to what we do. Somehow we look to people or we look to actions. Some of us, the validity we have that gives us this burst of energy to do things is maybe our pedigree in terms of where, as in our background, family background. Somebody like says, I am a Kennedy, part of the JF Kennedy family. So it gives you the validity, so to say. Someone will tell you, I am an American. Maybe where you're from, so to say, gives you this validity to do what you do. So we all seek one form of validity or the other to what we do, to our purpose. Some of us, it has to do with people, persons. Oh, you are affiliated to X, Y, Z. So it gives you this form of a sense of security. You would want to call it a backing. So it's like you go out there knowing that you are associated, you are affiliated, you know this person and all of that. So my experience, as when I wrote my book, my first book, A Cocktail of Words, and myself and my wife, my greatest fan, I must say, we started a lunch here. We started from Abuja. We went to Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt for me is home. Port Harcourt is a capital city of Rivers State in Nigeria. And so on our way to Port Harcourt at the airport, from Abuja to Port Harcourt, so I was just processing the thought, looking at you've written a book, and now you are launching it, sharing it with the world. And it's like that thought came. Who authorized you? Who gave you that, would I say, courage to do this? And I sat down there in the quietness of, that moment, and I put down this thought. I said, from nothing to something, from here to there, from impossibilities to possibilities, from pain to gain, from minion to dominion. The validation you need to become is the breath in your nostrils. Yes, the life God has given, and this He has given abundantly. For that is the license we all need in exercising divinity on the side of eternity. I wrote that down I think that was sometime in 2016, April 16th, 2021, I beg your pardon, April 16th, 2021. I wrote it down. I even put it up on my Facebook. So the other day, it came back to me, and I said, I have to share this with us. What is the validity? What drives you? What is that validity you're waiting for? When I read that again, my mind went straight to that scripture. Yes. It went to that scripture where somewhere in Job, that speaks of the breath. There is a breath. And that breath comes from Jehovah. He breathes into us. It is our inspiration. Now, man, yes, as we know from creation story, man is a spirit who dwells in a body that has a soul. A lot has to do with, because we are in this body, our biology, physiology, cardiovascular system, our central nervous system, and we think that is us. These are systems which, in my opinion, supports our work here on this side of eternity. But there's something that animates all of this system. Permit me, for the lack of better expression, using the word something. It is not a thing. It's beyond the thing. It is the breath of God. It animates our being. And that breath is what, in my opinion, drives us. The authority to walk planet Earth and do what you do, or to do what you should do, is beyond your race, color of skin, beyond your ethnicity, beyond your tribe. It is all about the breath in you. And like I said, we all have it in equal amount. In equal amount. That is what drives us. And if you look at it, we breathe in and out. See, don't get me wrong. It's beyond exercising. It's beyond the breath control exercise and all of that. No, life begins from the inside, from within. And the future that we all desire, that we all seek, that we all yearn for is not out there, it's in here, within us, the breath we have. So it is our recognizing, or our recognition of this, that indeed gives us the validity, more or less like validates, yes, that thing. So it's not I'm not saying association doesn't matter, the people you meet. I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. These things do matter, they do, yes. But the degree to how they matter depends on the breath in you. You have come to discover that breath. And you embrace it because you just know within your knower, this is God. This is why I'm here. This is why I've been created. Because come to think of it, the minute the breath leaves our body, our system, the central nervous system, the cardiovascular system, and all of that, we call that thing lying down there a carcass. So when breath leaves us, it is like purpose on the side is done. So life is expressed through our breath, our understanding. And I think I've said it before on the show, on the side, life is what is given to us to express purpose. Just like he said to Jeremiah, for those of us, yes, in scriptures, when you read somewhere in the book of Jeremiah, he said, before I formed you, I knew you. He said also somewhere, he said, before I was formed in my mother's womb, you knew my days. You have put it there. And the best way to express it, like I said, from the book of Job, just give me a minute. I want to, say it. For there is a breath, in man. Let me say it as it is, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. But it is the spirit in man. Take it again. But it is the spirit in man, the breath of the Almighty, that makes him understand. But there is a spirit within people, the breath of the Almighty within them, that makes them intelligent. So that intelligence, not not the artificial intelligence, but the alpha intelligence that we display. It's from Jehovah, it's from Him, it's within us. And as we draw breath regularly from Him, it is like there's this illumination that comes, and we come to know, and we come to see, have this understanding, and we begin to express this level of intelligence, solving problems upon the earth. But it stems from what? The breath within us. So that is the validity. Yeah, that's the validity. Some of us seek validation in the wrong things. Yeah, we seek validation. We seek validation in this, in that, in people, and all of that. But the truth is, the validity we need, or rather the validation we need, is the breath within us as human beings. You recognize that this breath you have is divine. It's more than just the oxygen. It's far beyond the oxygen, what you take in and what you breathe out, as we want to call it, the chemical oxygen. Is beyond that. Oxygen might just be a representation of it. It's beyond the central nervous system, I beg your pardon. It's beyond the cardiovascular. It is divinity expressed in us. And that is why, in my opinion, there is so much attack on our breath. Yes. So that's what I came to share with you today. That's what I came. Maybe you have been looking at yourself. You've been looking at, everything happening around you, and you think there's nothing good, nothing and all that. No, there's something within you. It's called breath of God. Yes. When you recognize this, when you come to embrace it, there's going to be this unleashing of divine intelligence. I call it alpha intelligence, to that which you have been created for, to that which you have been called for. Yes, because each and every one who walks the earth, the breath you have is like unique, codified specifically for you, in addressing the issues on the earth. Yes, so you expressing them in that unique form is different from the next person. And sometimes we look at what other people are doing and we think, wow, that person is doing something excellent, something exciting. I like to do that thing too. Oh no. The person's breath is different from your breath. Yes. So what do you mean by that? The person's purpose is different from your purpose. Yeah, the person's purpose is different from your purpose. We have come to, for those of us who studied science in school and all of that, when you come to look at our DNA, when you come to look at our fingerprints, 8 billion plus people on the earth, none have the same fingerprints. Even your 2 palms, if you take your right and your left, they are not the same. They are not the same. They speak to that beautiful design. They speak to that unique intelligence. They speak to that alpha intelligence within you. So when you embrace it and you begin to express it, you see that the uniqueness is phenomenal, because we all express this unique abilities, unique breath, that when this uniqueness all come together, they come to form this amazing collage. And when we see it, the only way to express it is that there is God somewhere. So when I realized that the breath I have in me is the validation I need to live, to walk the earth, I put my whole being in it. Yes, sometimes it can be discouraging, like you think nothing is happening, all of your effort and all of that. But oh no, I get back up because I have the breath of divinity in me. I mean, it is flowing in me, literally flowing. His breath is in me. Just like saying, I carry a piece, if I'm permitted to use that, a piece of divinity. So I am an extension of divinity. So every day I engage with divinity within me, the breath within me, to understand the expressions. How is it going? And you know what about breath? The breath we have in us, you know what? The more we come to appreciate and understand divinity in us, it is like an endless combination of possibilities. There's this expansion, it keeps expanding, it knows no end. Yes. Hello, guys. The intelligence we need in solving life's problems, the intelligence we need in addressing the humongous challenges before us, is deep within our being, our core. And that is the breath within us. So that is what I came to share with you on the show today. So when you go out there, don't get discouraged. Don't look at yourself. You have the breath of divinity. Reach out, touch it, engage, and you'll be amazed what you will express to your world. All right, guys. This is what I just came over to share with you. So in that thing you're doing, you are good at it. Don't give up. Engage. You see, you may say, I've not discovered it. It's within. Reach out. You will discover it. And within that, you will see that dominion. And you will begin to exert yourself in the right way. All right, guys, you know how we do it on the show. Always fun coming here to share with you. It's a safe space. This is where we come to share all of this with you. Well, till I come your way again. You know how we say it on the show. Bye for now. Awesome time it has been with you on the World Cafe podcast today. Thank you for being there. You can catch me up on my social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, all at Amakri Isoboye. Also, you can get copies of my books, A Cocktail of Words, The Color of Words, my HR notebook, and Hawker's Focus on God on Amazon and Roving Heights online bookstores. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at the same address at Amakri Isowe. I love to hear from you and how this podcast has impacted you. You can leave me a message at my email address, amakrigaribaldi@gmail.com. That is AMACHREEGARIBALDI. Yes, till I come your way again. Bye for now.